The Dragon Prince, a Netflix series created by the writers of Avatar: The Last Airbender. A compelling story that'll have you fully indulged and inclined at the edge of your
Man,
seat.
shut up with all that formal talk and get to the video, bro. Bro.
繋いだ魂の火が胸を刺すなら言葉よりもっと強い響きが今聞こえるか
The Dragon Prince is a show that was created by the writers of Avatar. The story takes place somewhere called Zadia. The story is set around two princes named Caleb and Ezrin. They live in the magical land of Zadia. In this world, magical creatures exist, creatures like elves and dragons, and this is what the story is set upon. In this land, the elves and the humans all live together, but unlike elves, humans were powerless and couldn't use magic. There are 6 different types of magical elves: Moonshadow elves, Sunfire elves, Star-Touch elves, Earthblood elves, Skywing elves, and Tidebound elves. Each of these elves are connected to a specific arcanum, which is basically a magic source. Although they lived peacefully, some humans were greedy and decided to do something that was completely forbidden: dark magic. Dark magic is a practice where you must use the lives of living creatures in order to gain power. This caused the humans to be exiled from Zadia, and then a border was split. On the human side, they split into 5 kingdoms. Even after being split, there was peace, generally until one dreadful day. The humans decided to kill the Dragon King, which then sparked the war between the elves and the humans. The story starts when a group of Moonshadow elves come to one of the kingdoms to assassinate the royal family. On their mission, something happens which drastically changes things. The Dragon Prince is an amazing show with great storytelling. What I love about this show is the adventurous vibe that you get from it while still having a very serious tone and some dark moments at that. This show has many different plot lines to it which make it amazing. The sense of mystery that's given off is great, and the complexity of the characters as well. There are some characters in this show which you should honestly hate, but then again, how could you? Some characters do things while not out of evil intention and greatly changes the course of the story. Another thing that I find perfect is the cultural exploration that this show has. From what we've seen, each elf type represents a different culture, and I find that really cool and interesting. I won't say the cultures because I want you guys to have the same surprise that I did when I first watched it. The only real problem I personally have with this show is the animation. It's a unique type of animation that could take a little while to get used to, but after that you don't really notice it anymore. Another real problem I have are the fights. It's not the fights themselves that are the issue, but rather the actual length of the fights. Fights usually last around 2 minutes, although that's not really a big issue. I just wish they scrapped it a little longer. I'm just trying to see hands. The fights have great choreography and movements, and the fighting animation has an amazing flow. I don't really want to speak much more on this since I don't want to spoil, but I definitely give this show a try, especially since it was made of the writers of Avatar and Korra. So if you like those, then you'll definitely love Dragon Prince. It's on Netflix, although you could watch it on different websites. There are currently 3 seasons out right now, each with 9 episodes. I first got into this show last year, and to be honest, I wanted to drop it because of the animation, but after a few episodes, you don't really notice it anymore, and I just continued. At the time I started watching it, there were 2 seasons out, and I binged a season and a half in one day. Trust me, this show is amazing. I completely recommend it, and if you ever give this show a try, DM me on my Instagram and tell me your personal review on it. That's it for today. Make sure to like, share with your other anime friends, subscribe, and see you next time.